The whole point of today's adventure is I'm going to put on a little content. I don't know about you, but it sounds kind of fun to me. So what do you say we get started? Okay, well that's our 3 targets, and in that blue line is the boundary. I'm not going to dig outside that boundary. I'm going to open these cracks up. Okay, we are going to dig out number 1 first. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to let you see on this one. I'm going to finish digging this out, and then I'm going to go on to number 2. Okay, now we're getting down towards the bottom of number 1. Okay, that looks like we've pretty much got number 1 cleaned out. Okay, that's the gravel we got for number 1. Okay, well I'm going to head down and pan that out now. Okay, with this sun out, I can't hardly see my screen, so I'm not sure how well this is going to show it. But this is number 1. There's our target, which is a piece of lead, but I do see some gold. Got some nice little chunky pieces in there. Okay, now I'm going to take this, put it in a bag, and we're going to open up number 2. All right, now we're going to open number 2. Now we already know that this crevice has a rough bottom because this is the same crevice as the other side. And this is all you're going to get to see right now. Okay, to me, crevice 2 is looking better than crevice 1 because it split, well, maybe not. Okay, crevice 2 is looking better to me than crevice 1 because it's a lot deeper. But it's on the front side of the high point. Normally you'll do better on the back side of the high point because it's that way the high point kind of acts as like a ripple in a sluice box. But we're getting quite a bit more gravel out of number 2. Uh-oh, I just hit some leaves. That's a bad sign. Down at the very end of the crevice, I hit some leaves, which may be an indication that somebody opened this up last year. Okay, the crevice is still going, but I've reached the limits of the tape, so that's as far as I'm going to dig. So we'll get the last little bit out of the bottom here, and then we'll take this down and pan it. Okay. Okay. Well, there's our target on number 2. It's a loaded 22 shell. But we did get some gold. I don't think we did as good as we did on number 1, though. But you can see here we got lighter gold. So the lighter gold was dropping out in front of the high spot. The heavier gold was dropping out on the other side of the high spot. Okay, I'll put this in a bag, and then we're going on to number 3. Okay, now we're going to get into number 3 here. Clean off a spot down here that I can push all the gravel into. Okay, looks like we got a good sharp bottom in this one too. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dig this out. Okay, now this one, we got gravel packed into the bottom of it, which is good. The other ones we had packed gravel on the top, but not so tight on the bottom. And that is usually an indication that somebody's been in there before you. That's a nice heavy rock. Haven't seen our target yet. And then I didn't see the target on the other one either. Just opening the crevice. I don't know about gold, but as far as looking, this one looks better than the other two to me. Got like a clay down on the bottom. I don't know if that's good or bad. If we were on the Yuba, it would be good. I'll get that last rock out of there. There we go. I think I just seen a piece of gold. Yep. I went down in the gravel. I don't know if I got it or not. It wasn't very big, but it was a hunk of gold. Okay, there's our last rock. Okay, let's go see what we got. Well, I'm here to say I don't know about this. I just discovered that my sound has been off. I have no idea for how long. And I've tried now 3 times to film this number 3 pan. And my sound was off one, and then my battery went dead. And so now, hopefully, I can show you what's in crevice number 3, which was the best crevice by far. Let me show you. Okay, you can see we got several nice hunks of lead, but we got a nice little picker right here. And larger pieces are not as chunky as the other pieces. They're flatter, but they're larger. But we did get a nice little picker there. Okay, well, if you pick number 3, you got half the battle won. Now all you got to do is get the weight right. Now I got, starting to cool off already, but I got probably another half hour, 45 minutes So I'm going to go ahead and dig out number 4 and see if there's anything in there. Well, today was a fun day other than my sound system, and I just discovered that you have to change the batteries in those things every now and then. So I got new batteries in the sound system, I got new batteries in the camera. Problem is, I'm just about done because I got to get out of here. It's a good thing nobody picked number 4 because there wasn't anything in number 4. So you guys all beat me. Now, this creek is not all that good of a creek and the water's way high. So, we're not going to find anything fantastic, especially with the water as high as it is. But, at least we found some gold. I enjoyed this. I don't know about you guys, but I thought this was a lot of fun. So I'm definitely going to be doing this again. Hopefully we're going to be on a better creek when the water's down a little bit. So hopefully we can find some nice chunkers. So now from here, I'm going to clean my mess up, pack everything up, head to the house, clean this gold up and weigh it. Okay, well, it's time to do the big weigh-in. Now, in the video, now that we got all the crevices cleaned and everything else, you can see the big difference, or at least I could see the big difference between a crevice that's got the gravel packed all the way down in it, as opposed to 1 and 2, where the gravel was packed on the surface of the crevice, but once I got that hard pack off the top, underneath it was pretty easy to dig, and there was no packed gravel down there. And crevice number 2, I actually found some leaves at the bottom, which that tells you that somebody was in there a year or 2 earlier, probably me. But crevice number 3, I had packed gravel all the way down on that one, so it's been a while since that one's been opened, and number 3 was definitely the best crevice out of the 3. Okay, well, I got the gold all cleaned up sitting over here. Let's go do the official weigh-in. Okay, here goes number 1. Number 1 is 0.62 grams. Okay. Now, let's do number 2. Number 2 is 0.24 grams. Okay. Now, let's do number 3. Number 3 is 1.14 grams. And we have our picker. Let's weigh our picker on number 3. 0.88 grams. Boy, that made crevice number 3. Okay, well, I just totaled all the numbers up, and grant you, I'm a product of the public school system, but according to my math, we came home with exactly 2 grams of gold, which not a bad day really, especially with the water as high as it is. Okay, now, no doubt about it, crevice number 3 was the winner. Now, I was planning on announcing the names of the winners, but to be honest with you, there is so many people that entered, it's gonna take me a couple of days to go through it. So probably what I'm gonna end up doing is just listing them on the video. If I have time, I'll reshoot the segment and announce the winners' names. But I want to make sure I got the video done in time so I can, okay. Well, I took off work a little bit early today, and grant you it doesn't take much for me to leave early on a Friday. And I finished getting, going through all the entries, and I got the winners and all the sats right here. So, now grant you, we're back to, I'm a product of the public school system, so I'm not sure if I'm butchering the last name or not, but crevice number 1, we had one person came within 1/100th of the weight, and that was Mark Ubben, U-B-B-E-N. So congratulations, Mark. You win the gold out of crevice number 1. Now, crevice number 2. We had 2 people that nailed it on crevice number 2. Got the weight exactly correct. But Dave Brown was the first one to get the correct weight. So congratulations, Dave. You win the gold out of crevice number 2. Now, crevice number 3 is kind of interesting. We had 3 people come in with the correct weight, or not the correct weight, but they came in with the same weight, and that was the closest weight to the correct weight. It was off 6/100, 0.06 of a gram. And Steve Roy was the first one to come in with the 1.2 grams, and the weight of the gold was 1.14 grams. So Steve Roy, congratulations. You win the gold out of crevice number 3, which was our best crevice and the one with the nice little picker in it. Now, just for the info of it, 21% of the people picked crevice 1. 32% of the people picked crevice 2. 47% of the people picked crevice 3. And just for your info, and grant you, I had the advantage of actually being there, I would have thought crevice number 1 would have been the best. Because number 1 was on the back side of the high point, which acts like a riffle. As the gold goes up over that high point, it gives it an opportunity to bounce around there and a little more time to drop into that crevice. Where on the front side, on crevice 2, on the front side, it's being pushed up. So, you know, if it doesn't hit that crevice right on the money, it's not going to go in. It's going to go over and bounce around and have a better chance of dropping into crevice 1. The advantage to crevice 2 was it was deeper. The problem is, like I say, they were both opened earlier. So it kind of really, you can't tell that the theory is correct or not. Crevice number 3 was a nice crevice. It was a good location. I really liked the looks of the gravel on crevice 3. But it was out of the main flow. It was kind of around the corner a little bit behind a wall. And I was, to be honest with you, I was really surprised that we found that picker in there. I would have thought it would have had quite a bit of flood gold in it. But I was really surprised to find that picker in there. And now, to be honest with you, I'm seriously considering heading back in with the high banker. The only problem is it's quite a hike, so I'm not kidding myself, I'm going back in with the high banker. Okay, so let's get back to the regular scheduled video. Now, as I was saying when I was up on the river, I enjoy closing the video in the hills, so we're going back to the river to have the final word. I prefer signing off in the hills, so I'm going to go ahead and ask you if you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you got any questions on gear I use and stuff like that, a lot of the stuff I put in the description below. If you click the little bell up in the corner, you'll get notification whenever I post a video. So with all that said, I'm going to say you have a wonderful day.